All right, man. Let's talk about Jahmyr Gibbs and Jack Campbell. It's time for them to become full time. Uh, Full time. Let's talk about it. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notification, increase your chance. Get notifications. We go live or drop a video. Um, so apparently, a lot of people clamoring for Jahmyr Gibbs to get more touches. A lot of people clamoring for Jack Campbell to be a full time starter over some of the other guys they got in there. And I think, Dan Campbell comment was like he wanted to get some of these dudes acclimated first and get them comfortable in the National Football League first. And he wanted to kind of go with proven commodities in the big game going to Arrowhead. And he wanted to ease some of these dudes into the, start lineup or implement them into the NFL. It's kind of like having an ace in the hole or something up your sleeve or something like that. So, my whole thing about it was I'm not mad at it. That's a tough place to go in the Arrowhead, and Alabama plays some big games, around the country, whatever. But I kind of get it. But at the end of the day, I think you got to roll with who give you the best opportunity. I know you try to minimize mistakes by rookies because they're gonna make them. I know you're trying to, minimize those mistakes and maximize what they can do and their potential. But I just think both Jack Campbell, Jahmyr Gibbs, too good to hold back. Now, did I have an issue with Montgomery getting those tough yards? Nah, they playing a ball control type of game. Where's Kansas City? Try to keep the ball away from Patrick Mahomes and grind away from Dave Montgomery. So I like what they did with Montgomery, you know. And if they kind of kept that snap count going for a few more weeks, I wouldn't have an issue with it. Keep Jahmyr Gibbs fresh, but I think people see how explosive Jahmyr Gibbs is and they see the potential. But you got to understand, this is a 16-game season. Montgomery then did it before and did it again and again and again. You let Montgomery take that beating and you sprinkle in Gibbs where you can sprinkle them in at. And then, kind of when the team kind of like, probably hitting that wall during the season or, teams trying to catch up with you offensively, they're catching up what you can do, then you flip the switch and then you unleash Jahmyr Gibbs. So yeah, that's my thing about it. But it's hard to tell people to how to hold something back, how to keep a guy like this on a pitch counter, hold him back, and they not gonna really understand the long term plan. Most people don't have a 5-year plan, a 2-year plan, or a plan for next week. They just winging it. But I understand what they doing, but it's gonna be hard for people to understand why Montgomery getting 25 carries, 20 carries, and he getting 9 or 10 carries. And I think that number should probably be 20 carries for David Montgomery, probably between 10 or 15 for Jahmyr Gibbs. That's not even including the touches that he gonna get in the passing game. So, but yeah, I would like to see him play. I like to see him up his usage just a little bit more. It don't have to be anything super duper dramatic right now. You ain't got to show your whole hand, your whole playbook right now, and I would just ease right into it. So I like how they easing into it. Not showing the entire hand, keeping them fresh by the way, keeping defenses guessing because they're guessing and trying to game plan for what he gonna do. What David Montgomery gonna do. What the Lions gonna do. They gonna run the ball, play action off the run. That's what they want to do. That's what they want to do. But I don't think you can continue to hold some of this back with the fans understanding. Most fans don't understand football, but yeah, I'll keep him around 10 carries, maybe 20 touches overall. That's what I would keep him around at. And that's my personal opinion. That's my personal opinion. You know, um, you know, you know, but as far as Jack Campbell, I mean, one of the things about Jack Campbell, um, you drafted him in the first round. He came out there and made a big play in pass coverage. Um, but one thing about Jackie boy here is that do you really want to put him out there as a full time starter versus Patrick Mahomes? Um, I'm not sure. Do you really want to put him in that predicament? As the quarterback of the defense. Um, I don't think so, bro. You know, uh, so I understand that them sprinkle him in as a situational player week one going up. Uh, I understand that. I really do. But I think at this point, man, he's so good. You know, he's so good. Um, that I don't think you can hold that back. You going to let him learn by trial by fire. I think you got to push. If it's pushing Anizoni out there to the outside and putting Derek Barnes on the bench, um, that's what you're gonna have to do. That's what you're gonna have to do. So, um, but yeah, you can't hold this back. You gotta let him learn by trial by fire. He should go in there and be the inside linebacker, starting linebacker right now. He's just too good. He's too instinctive, too big, too athletic. Not to have out there. And at the end of the day, I know you just play Anizoni, but he's just gonna have to slide to that next. He's just going to slide to that next outside linebacker spot and put Derek Barnes on the bench. You never know. Um, injuries can happen or whatever, but he can be right back in there again. But in my opinion, I don't think you can hold Jack Campbell back. I know it's a difficult message to send to the veterans where they saying, well, we felt like, we beat them, we beat this kid out, but this, how much did you beat him out by? That's the question. Now, if it's a ridiculous amount of, it's a huge gap. If you just beat them, then usually go with the young guy. If it's a huge gap, how you beat them, then you go with the veteran guy. But I think a lot of people starting to see that Jack Campbell is that guy. I think they starting to see like Jack Campbell is that guy. So I don't think you can continue to hold that back. I don't. So yeah, I don't think you can hold that back with Jack Campbell. So I think he out of the two, he should be the one that should be a full-time starter between him and Jahmyr Gibbs. But only because I want to just preserve Jahmyr Gibbs, and preserve some of the plays we got for critical moments down the stretch of the season. I'm not gonna write the Vikings off, but we played them the last 2 to 3 weeks. So you know, so you want to say some ace in the hole, if you get that far and be hunching for the playoffs or marching for the playoffs, excuse me. But let me know what you girls and guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notification Christians, get notifications. We go live or drop video. Financially, want to support the channel. Cash App $ CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link in the description. Hit the link tree. You can find me everywhere from Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, the whole nine. Peace.